Guys, I think it's time to take a little trip away from the web search movies and try something different. Let's see. Let's try the boxing film. Yes, it is called that. So without any further ado, let's watch. Alright, so the movie begins with...
Do the cooking! Get me my KFC! Wipe my ass!
the best introduction ever.
I've had enough of it, Frank! I'm leaving you! Goodbye, Frank!
Okay, hold up. We're not even 20 seconds into this movie, and I can already tell that the main character, 1, cannot wipe his own arse, and 2, can somehow fall asleep while his girlfriend is shouting at him. Our hero, ladies and gentlemen. So this guy, named Frank, gets up to confront his girlfriend.
It's too late for that, Frank. You should have changed a long time ago.
It's not too late. It's never too late.
It's not too late. It's never too late.
So the girlfriend reveals she's leaving Frank for a young man named Kurt. To be honest, I don't blame her after the last time those two got together. Ugh, it's still creepy.
You're gonna leave me for this pretty boy?
It's not pretty, Frank. It's just dreamy.
For he is Kurt Langley.
Hey bud, no hard feelings though. Anyway, it's better for her.
How is it?
Because now she has me.
Wow. Kurt is a dick. So Frank gets all depressed and goes back to bed.
I was going to buy you some ice cream to cheer you up. This is pathetic.
Cut to later on, as he is visited by his friend, Charlie.
How do you know what happened?
It's all over Facebook, Frank.
So Charlie suggests that Frank should get a hobby to cheer him up.
Do you remember the last time I got a hobby?
That! Hello, flashback sequence. Goodbye, flashback sequence. But Charlie has another suggestion.
There is one thing you could do.
You don't mean?
You did it when you were what? 13?
Better not be what I'm thinking of, Charlie.
Prostitution, of course!
Boxing, Frank. You could box.
Oh yeah, that would have been my second guess.
But look at me now. I'm about as fit as a diabetic mother of 5.
He said it, not me. But anyway, Frank seems pretty dead set on not boxing. You're going to need a good argument to convince him.
Don't put yourself down, Frank. At least give it a go. Please.
Okay.
If only everyone who was angry just cheered up that quickly.
I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
See? Meanwhile, we see a paedophilic-looking man in sunglasses hosting a match, where Kurt is boxing.
How do you feel about the fight? Oh, very confident. I never let my nerves get the better of me. I always get the better of my nerves.
Nerves get the better of you, get the better of... Did you smoke a joint before you entered the ring? So the host goes to interview Kurt's opponent, the Russian Olaf Blum.
Mr. Blum, how do you feel about the fight? Do you have any comments?
Well, congratulations. You just picked on a deaf person, you dick. Oh yeah, and then there's this guy.
Cut! Please, can I have your autograph?
Jesus Christ, you're up and down more than a prostitute's knickers.
Oh, thank you, Kurt. I really do love you. I'll have your babies one day.
Yeah, that isn't creepy at all. So the two square off, ready for a fight.
Knock his head off, Kurt.
With pleasure. Look at that! Will you look at that? With the purest of ease, Kurt Langley has knocked out Olaf Blum.
Okay, hang on. You're telling me that he could beat up him. That is as likely as finding a needle in a haystack, the needle jumping out of the haystack, and then the needle beating the crap out of said haystack. After that, we cut back to Frank and Charlie.
Who's there?
You know, Pete, it's Charlie.
This man, who totally isn't Keith from Web Search, is called Peter and offers to train Frank as a boxer.
What's in it for me?
Could I interest you into rabbits with no eyes?
Alright, make it 3. And one of them's got to wear a fluffy hat.
Because that conversation made perfect sense, didn't it? So they strike a deal and it's montage time.
We're gonna need a montage. Ooh, it takes a montage.
So the montage keeps going. And going. And going. And going. So finally, after 3.5 minutes, it ends. I know 3.5 minutes doesn't sound bad, but it's a 20-minute movie. But after the training, Peter and Frank stop for a breather.
I don't mean to intrude, but what happened with you and that girl?
There was this 9-year-old girl. I mean, can you believe it? 9. I was there in the ring. She came on. The bell sounded and it all started.
Okay, there was a 9-year-old girl in what was obviously a men's boxing competition. Unless the girl was Honey Boo Boo, I do not approve.
So, I just let her have it, I suppose, and...
You let a 9-year-old girl beat you up. You could have just walked out the ring.
Come on, let's go train.
Meanwhile, at the Hall of Doom.
I don't believe this.
Boxer's injured in free guinea pig attack.
Do you know what this means, Tom?
Okay, word to the wise, if a guinea pig can beat you up, boxer is not the correct career choice. So Peter and Frank, once again, have a chat.
You remind me a lot of my younger self. You know that?
Well, unless your younger self was a sad, depressed loser, then I'm not so sure.
Nah, me younger self was beat up by a 5-year-old girl too.
Hey, wait!
Dude, he gets hit by a car? Don't tell anyone, but I know who was driving.
Hey, wait!
Anyway, why is it that the only likeable character gets axed off in this movie? I mean, think about it. Frank is useless, Kurt's a dick, Olaf can't speak, Andrew's a rapist, the girlfriend's a bitch, and this guy's just scary.
I'm gonna fight tomorrow.
So we get the next scene, which is a funeral for Peter, that Kurt is also attending.
I'm so sorry. Deepest condolences. I mean, it's just so sad.
Aw. Well, maybe Kurt isn't such a dick after all. I mean, after all, he can relate to Peter and his...
It's just so sad. Grow up, mate. You aren't going to win with him, you're not going to win without him.
I will fuck you up. So Peter and Kurt decide to cut a deal for their upcoming fight.
Whoever wins, which is going to be me, gets a girl.
Hey, Frank, why would you want her back? She obviously hates you, and if she comes back to you after a fight, then it proves that she's nothing but vain. Is it because she's the only girl kinky enough to let you tie her to a tree?
Deal.
But with that, we cut to the big day, and generic fighting music fills the air. Yes, film, we know who he is. You've been building him up for the last 18 minutes. So finally, it is time for the epic finale. The battle to end all battles. A fight to the death in which there will be no remorse. So after the slow motion battle ends, it is Frank who stands tall.
Frank!
So after he wins the fight, Frank and his ex make up by her pushing his head into her cleavage, and Kurt is visited by an old friend.
Excuse me. I think we have some unfinished business. Oh.
Wait, I thought Olaf couldn't talk. I thought he was supposed to be Russian. That's not a Russian accent. Are you a compulsive liar?
Well, what a brilliant fight tonight. The reappearance of Frank Durbin after 20 years will send shockwaves through the boxing world. Not to mention the defeats of long undefeated Kurt Langley. Please like and subscribe.
Ugh, I don't like the face he pulls there. So yes, that's the boxing film. It has its stupid and bad moments, but you know what? For a movie made by 16-year-olds, it's pretty damn good. The jokes are clever, the plot holds up, and it is just good fun. Definitely check it out if you haven't already. Or else I will set this guy on you.